Now guys, I'm not telling you not to ask questions, but normally the guys that ask the most questions do the least. We have statistics on this. Why are they the ones that do the least? Because they're the most insecure, lowest self-esteem, lower self-confidence. We haven't tied it to testosterone levels, but I may do that. We may start making you do a testosterone test and send it before you come to the seminar. The people that ask the most questions are normally, like they asked them twice what scares them, if you noticed. Was the other guy deaf? I still remember, one guy was sitting here, one guy was sitting here. The guy sitting here, were you deaf? Did you listen with the other guy? Anyway, because one of the things that does bother the kids is getting out of their comfort zone. They got 60 different ways of asking it, but nobody wants to get out of their comfort zone. I go through the attributes of the most successful people the last day. It's, the guys that start standing desks, blah, 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 the guys that start immediately, and the guys that start before they leave. You should know what industry, in what segment of the industry you're going into before you leave here. I've been doing this a long time, guys. I know what works and what doesn't. And why do a lot of the successful people, I finished reading the Australian guy, they come back because even when they're, like John, even when they're successful, defaults them up. And it's not being successful, the fear you have, not you, the fear you have is staying successful.
Working your land will change anybody's life. There's a proverb that says, he who works his land will have abundance. But if you chase fantasies, you lack wisdom. And people say, well, what's your land? Your land is what's in front of you. If you're in the 7th grade, work your 7th grade land. If you're the cameraman, work your land. If you're a janitor, work your land. If you're a single mother, work your land. Your land is what's in front of you. So I started studying the law of the harvest, of working your land to get a harvest. You got to plow the ground. You got to plant the seed. You got to water the seed, and then you reap a harvest. And I think that mostly in the age of social media, people see guys like you and Gary Vee and others, and they think that they can go from bam to bam. It's not going to happen. You got to work your land. You got to plow, and you got to plant the right seeds. See, if we go back to your life, somewhere, somehow, you were planting some good seeds. And one time, and if I bring up Oprah once in a while because I love her, she's my real sister. We were just me and her in her backyard, and she goes, "I love to work your land because," she goes, "it's right. I planted the right doggone seeds." See, every day you got negative seeds and positive seeds, and people that are selfish, man, you're just planting negative seeds that are not going to come back positive. So when you plow and you plant the right seeds, and you water them, which is repetition, it doesn't look like it's going to grow. Come on, man. You're working at Taco Bell, making gorditas, taking care of the Chihuahua. Doesn't look like it's working. And all of a sudden, man, payday is on its way. And that harvest just starts to kick.
To see the people who truly thrive in life are the people who are willing to do the things no one else is willing to do. And that's including the ability to sit and meditate for an hour. And that's including the ability to go to the deepest depths of the hardest sets in the gym. And those are the people that succeed, man. And most people aren't able or willing to do that because of the story they tell themselves as to why they can't. Oh, this hurts or that hurts, or I don't have the genetics, or I don't have the time, or I don't have the ability. There's all these stories you tell yourself around why you can't. And if there's a story behind why you can't, you must. Like I said, if you can't, therefore you must. So it's so important to challenge your own rules.
Clausewitz, the famous Prussian general, said about focus on the few, and they still use this at West Point and Sandhurst. And he was talking about battles. You can't spread yourself too thin. Hitler and Napoleon both failed trying to invade Russia because they were fighting another war at the same time. And that's why I tell you, focus on the few. You cannot fight two wars. If your birthday is August the 4th, that's our first meeting. 8 o'clock at night, August the 4th. Valentine's Day, first meeting. Christmas Eve, first meeting. Rosh Hashanah. Ramadan. And we'll see how many of you show up.
For this moment, that you're in this place, for such a time as this. Why does God have you here right now? Why are you in this moment? Have you ever felt so displaced, like you're in the wrong place at the wrong time? Have you ever felt like you're in the wrong job? Have you prayed, God, give me a new job, a different job, a better job, God? Have you ever just prayed, God, get me out of here? And nothing happened? God remained anonymous? Is it possible that God is not going to move you to a new job until you let him move you in your old job? See, is it possible that if you're not where you want to be, that you're exactly where God needs you to be? And that instead of asking God to give you an escape hatch to get out of the pressure cooker of your life, you should say, God, I don't want you to change my circumstances, I want you to change me.